Hi, hi students, this is Brian, and this is just another video to talk about some of the specificities about the process analysis rhetorical pattern, whether a paragraph or an essay or something longer. And I just want to remind you that the process analysis paragraph or the process analysis type is basically about describing how something is done or was done or happened, and some of the real world examples of how one might use this pattern is, say for example, if you're a technical writer and you work for a company that makes the iPhone, you write a manual that explains exactly how one turns on the iPhone. You push the button here, that happens, you enter your code, different things like that. And this applies to all sorts of things. Maybe you bought a table that needs to be assembled. A process analysis type of pattern describes all the steps that you would go through to build that. In addition, there are other applications of the process type. Maybe you're a historian and you're trying to describe the steps through which Morocco went to receive its independence. There are a lot of different steps that you would mention on the way. But in the end, your goal is to explain the steps by which something happened or by which something is done. That's the main thing that you want to cover when you talk about the process analysis paragraph, okay? So just a couple key things that I want to bring up as an introduction to this. The first thing is that when you start your process analysis paragraph or essay, you want to be very clear that you're talking about steps. One of the key words you'll probably say is there are a certain number of steps in doing this process, okay? That might be even your topic sentence or your thesis statement if you're writing an essay or a paragraph. Say, there are 3 clear steps to X, or there are 5 distinct phases for this, okay? And then as you go through the rest of your text, you're probably going to want to use a lot of transition expressions, things that are going to show time. First you do this, second this happened, third, next, moreover, in addition, in consequence, as a result. And as you go through all of those, using those different phrases, it shows the different steps that happened until the end. And many times at the end you say, in conclusion, or as a result, you've accomplished the task, or something happened, or you've described it fully. And again, the very last part, and taken in whole, the process analysis essay must be very, very specific and have a lot of clear details so that the reader doesn't get confused. And just to go back to my real world example, if you're going through a technical manual and the writer has forgotten that you need to put the leg on to the top of the table and screw it in, they forgot to write that, your table will not work. And it's the same kind of thing with your process analysis paragraphs or essays. If you don't write them very clearly, your reader is not going to understand exactly what you're talking about. Or they may be confused, or you may be criticized for having forgotten an important detail in whatever you're trying to explain. So please take good care with your process analysis writing to be very detailed from the beginning to the end so that nothing is missing. Okay? If you have any questions, please come see me.